So, you want to learn the way of the hammer. Well, different steps that go into it. You wouldn't expect it. Well, let me just change the screen. Alright, so boom.
Wolong has so many weapons, so why would you settle for the slow one? I'm here to tell you this weapon is not slow, this weapon does mad damage, and this weapon is actually very unique, which I'll talk about later in the video.
For people who don't have access to the internet, Wolong is a new Souls-like game that just came out, and I learned something about the hammers. It's kind of crazy, I'm not gonna lie. Pretty much, how you want to do this tech is you do a jump, followed by a light attack, and for some reason, you can literally just jump again immediately. This takes no stamina, by the way, so you can literally just jump, light attack repeatedly.
But you thought it just stopped there. No, this is able to be done on every single weapon type in the game. Of course, heavier weapons will benefit more because they get to swing faster, but this is a universal thing we're talking about.
Pretty much what the tech is, I'm gonna call it... Actually, wait.
But what if I told you the big, long, wooden, succulent hammer had more tech to it? I mean, it's not really tech, but I will teach you everything I've learned about the hammer so far.
Stop! Let me go!
So now that you have your jumping light attack spam, I hope that you are glad that you have another fast move to add besides your running attack, but that's not all there is to the hammer. Believe it or not, I know. Crazy that there's actual depth to a heavy weapon, I know. Because hammer players are fair and honest, and we don't have access to special moves like these. Good game, I guess. The gameplay of hammers is mainly going to be mixing up your light attacks and heavy attacks, which is universal in PvE or PvP. Really quick, I am going to show one of the game's story bosses to show the effectiveness of the hammer, so if you don't want that, skip a little bit ahead. Not too much, I don't want you to ruin my ABD, but just like a little bit. Your running attack, or the attack you do when you deflect an attack and attack with the light attack right after, you can do a heavy attack right after, and it's this really big swing, and I believe, I'm not sure, but I believe when you see the orange on your swing, you're actually invincible. Not only does the swing cover a lot of area, but it also does a lot of spirit damage, so you can stagger bosses very easily just by doing deflect light attack into heavy attack, or running attack into light attack. It's very simple, but something that people on the streets won't tell you is that there's actual combos into your weapon arts in this game. And what I'm about to say is true for PvE, but in PvP especially, this goes dumb. You can combo the roll catch heavy attack into one of your martial arts. Particularly, I like to use either C-split or Heaven's Reversal, but honestly, C-split has been the best martial art for me for the hammer because not only does it go decently far, but you can also charge it, and the uncharged still does a decent amount of damage. It's also the fastest move on the hammer outside of its running attack, but do not use this, do not just throw this move out because it has a lot of end lag and you do not want to be caught with your pants down. So knowing when to use your combos and doing them effectively, as well as mixing them up with your martial arts and your spells, has been the most effective way to play hammer for me.
Plus, if you couldn't tell, I just got a green screen. That's why I'm using myself so much. Just trying out new effects and trying out different ways of editing because I don't want to have that YouTuber voice of, guys, this is the best weapon. I don't. I noticed I did it. I don't want to do it anymore.
Subscribe if you want to see more Wolong because I will be posting more videos about it. Have a great rest of your day. Love and light.